I want to talk a little bit about our core technology, what we do, our secret sauce, and then we'll get into the applications. I think you'll see that there's a lot of applications for what we do. It's just that since 1993, dynamic imaging has really, it came into being as a law enforcement engine, right? And we were one of the first ones to ever do digital photography and then match that up with mugshot technology, right? So instead of taking a picture and then placing it into a book, which is what we used to do now, we can capture it digitally and we can pass it on. So there are three things that we do really well in partnering with FaceMe. And this little video here to give us a little bit of a look. So this is a product called Focus, and it is a very simple case management tool for police. Right? So in most cases, police will have a specific specialist in forensics who says, hey, here's a video from a bodega robbery, find me this guy, right? And then they have to do it. We wanted to create a tool that anybody, like a third grader could do, so third grader could use the tool. So we wanted to make it really simple, but we also have to make it very accurate because they don't, it's obviously a potential nightmare. Politically, if you start using facial recognition, you're arresting the wrong people. So there's a couple of things again that we do. So this lets us just have a case. We're creating a case file now. This is where the magic starts, right? So the last slide, if you remember, that Terry showed before we started the webinar, right? It said you can't use facial recognition if light's poor, if angle's wrong, or if at a distance, right? So who knows Barney Stinson? Challenge accepted. And that's what we did, since that was our expertise always in digital imaging. How can we enhance that so that we can then pass Terry software something that they can use and have a very high rate of success. So you'll notice the first one, we're going to have Jerry's going to be standing behind the glass. Smokeless. Right? So you're going, there's no way, right? No way in that.
I can have the facial recognition. So.
Exactly. So here, auto contrast, auto detail. We use artificial intelligence to enhance the image, not to make it look pretty like you would for a vacation photo, but to give you the best possible chance of having facial recognition be successful. Here's through this smoke glass window. And then it's going to pop up down here, and it's going to show matches against mugshots, or whatever database they're using, and the percentage. Now, right? It's only 63%, right? But remember, this is not something that is going to be used in court. This is something that a detective is going to use to go, maybe I should go talk to this, right? But, so, again, what you're looking at is a very simple video player. I don't know if you noticed, but I mean, it's very smooth on the scroll, step frame by frame, right? So that you can get to different places. We actually can handle over 100 different formats of video. So we don't have a problem with that. And then you have the image enhancement with a single clip. So let's see a couple more magical things.
Are you going to this one?
Watch. So here's low light, flicker, and again, this is just a joke. This just demonstrates the actual capability of the player and the ability to move frame by frame so you get that best possible angle. And here, 98, I don't know if you saw that, 98.7%.
Amazing.
Right? On the wrong frame, you get about 40. Here, this is a scene from The Wire. If you're fans of The Wire. It's a bar scene, very dark, right? So we use our auto contrast, bam, we just lit up the room.
Lots of shadows.
99.7%. And what you're also seeing here is the third part of our secret sauce. She's always but this information here does not reside in our program. Because of what we do and how we do it and who we work with, all of our programs are made to integrate with other information databases, right? So if somebody's in the system, we can then pull all that information on that person, right? Not only their demographic, height, weight, tattoos, whatever else, right? But are there outstanding warrants for this person? Is this person wanted in another state? Right? So we pull that information so we can both push and pull information out of our product into other products. So they integrate very well with other systems. So in some instances, our products stand alone, but in most instances, it's think of it as one square in a Visio box.
So you're not creating a database here of faces. You're leveraging some other database.
Correct. Yeah. Digital mugshots that police have. And the cool thing about it is as a sales guy, is with this product is, what you do is you can generate cooperative efforts and additional easy sales. Because, for instance, we had a small county in Mississippi that was all excited about this, but they said that they're right across the border from Memphis. They said all of our perps come from Memphis. So unless Memphis has it or we have access to their database, so now not Memphis. So we have some areas in the country where we have 4 or 5 surrounding counties that have gotten together and pulled their databases, which of course makes it much more likely that they'll be able to identify the perpetrators. A single focus can pull from an unlimited number of databases. So that's the other thing. It's not like they have to literally pull their facial maps, but we can go and check hundreds of them. Wow. Again, we got somebody in the office who's going to do something they're not supposed to be doing. Nearly 80% math problem. So again, it's a compilation of our secret sauce, FaceMe secret sauce, and together that's what you get. So we have this. This is one of our products. We have this in the jail where Terry talked about the fact that now officer can actually do a facial recognition search on an inmate, so I can double click. Right, but I mean, I don't have to get next to the person, right? All of our competitors and us used to have to do wristbands. So now you don't have to. Your jailers are much safer. Those wristbands cost. The other thing that happens is they're constantly destroying them, or they're switching. Right? I want 2 meals. Right? So hey, give me a wristband now. Right? So they'll switch them. If they can do that with their faces, they're good. If they can. And then the thing that we're coming out, the last thing I'll talk about is a product called Secure Track, this is kind of like the culmination of this as we see it, which is the ability to take this intelligence, attach it to a CCTV camera that's already existing, and all the jails have them. And at the end of the day, be able to look up any inmate and say, this is exactly where they were. Could draw a map. This was exactly their movements all day. So being able to track every inmate every second of the day, right? And then the next level is to use some of the special camera technology to show proof of life. So like in the jail system, that the first 30 days, they put every inmate automatically on suicide watch because they know that's when it's much likely to happen. So they have to show proof of life in some instances every 15 minutes. So you can have the guy walking around with his iPod, and he can record things and he can make notes. We have that technology now. But better to have the CCTV camera where it's the real time. And then, his body temperature just went to 40. Maybe we ought to check that out. So that's something that's coming in the next we'll probably release that next 6 months.